Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, I'm new. This is all new to me again, since it's been a decade. Hello. Today, I wanted to go over like pretty much my favorite makeup that I have been wearing and what I've been wearing to the office and stuff like that. And I thought, what a way to come back. But to talk about what I bring here. Okay, so I have been really using the following foundations like a lot lately. For a while there I was bouncing back and forth between the Luminous Silk and the NARS Sheer Glow. Today I want to dabble into the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. This is in the shade Light Medium 14, and the reason I want to try and use this today is because I'm not as fair as I normally am during the wintertime, and this is like my summer-ish shade. I'm not quite there yet, I don't think. This is one of my other favorite foundations. It's really like natural, luminous. It's pretty much what I've been going for, like a more natural, luminous look. So I've already my moisturizers on, and I'm gonna use the Tarte Smoothing Primer just right in my problem areas, which is here, the center of my face. So I'm just going to press this in. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighting underneath, and I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow. And I have the mini size, and I have it in 3 Fair, which works for me. I could probably go one shade darker, but they didn't have it in the mini, and honestly products like these, I don't need the full size, so I'm kind of glad I have the mini. I don't need a full size product like this, you know. I mean, I don't use it all the time, and it's just not necessary to have the full size for me, so I do really like this. Okay, so we are going to use the Pat McGrath foundation. I'm just going to give this a nice little shake since it's been sitting for a little bit. So anyway, it's very liquidy. It is a little bit dark. Well, it kind of looks like my Sheer Glow coloring, but anyway, I only use like a pump and a half, and that should be enough for my face. And I'm just going to stipple it in with this brush. I'm going to do some stippling and some packing just to kind of like get it all worked into the skin. You know, when you watch Wayne Goss's videos, he's all about like taking the time to like really work it into the skin. So I will say this makeup is not by any means like super full coverage. It's really just to get something on your face so that you look put together. That's really what I'm aiming for here, is I gotta look put together. This is what it looks like. It is gorgeous, and again, it's not supposed to be full coverage. This foundation is not a full coverage foundation. It is marketed as a light coverage natural skin like, and you can build it to a medium, but this is pretty much where I want to be. So now I'm going to use a little bit of this Dior, and I'm going to use both concealers, but pretty much minimal of both. I'm just going to put a little bit here, a little bit down here, because this is just lighter. This will balance with my neck, I feel. I am going to use that same brush to blend it out because I think it helps. And now I'm going to go in with this for like a little highlighted effect here. Just gonna do that. I think I squeezed out too much, and I am going to blend this with a sponge. So okay, so that's kind of where we're at. I love this. All of these products and the way that I use them in conjunction with each other, perfect. So I am going to use 2 different powders. I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Skin Finish Sublime Perfecting Blurring Under Eye Powder, and then I am going to use a little bit of this Hourglass powder. I'm really just trying to use up all of my loose powders. Like I'm really trying, but I'm also really struggling with that. I'm going to use the number 3. It's more like a little calligraphy pen. I'm just going to go into this powder, kind of give it a little shake off, and I'm just going to honestly paint my under eyes with this powder. And it just kind of gives a nice smoothing finish. Honestly, I might set my whole face with this powder because I just love it so much. But I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to use this Wayne Goss 00 brush. It is dyed goat hair, and I'm just going to stipple this across my face. I know this is an under eye powder, but oh my gosh, it just works everywhere. Perfect. Okay, so for bronzer, I have been really enjoying this Nabla bronzer. I bought it a couple of months ago. This is the Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect bronzing powder in the shade Dune. I think this is the medium shade. I really love it. I love the formula. It's like a baked gelée formula, and it's a really nice color. And I like to use it with a Sonia G Worker fan from her Sky collection, and this brush really does pick up a bunch of products, so I like to give it a little tap and do this little number so I don't put too much on my face right away. And I just stamp it right along my forehead first. You can see it just kind of gives your forehead like this nice little sun-kissed color. And then I will work it into my cheeks. Just kind of start blending it all together. Since I stamped all of this on there, I just like to blend it all in, work it into my hairline, and it is just really nice to warm up the skin. Down in here. And then I also like to use this to kind of contour my nose, if you will. And this actually works for me, like just running this brush up and down the sides of my nose and into my brows. And then after I do that, I go back into my powder brush just to kind of make sure that everything is blended. So there have been a ton of launches, like just recently in the last like 2 or 3 months. I can honestly say that my favorite launch in the past 2 months have been the Pat McGrath launches. She launched her Divine Rose collection as well as her blushes. I'm here for them. I'm here for it. I have both the Divine Rose palettes, but she had been working on her blush, and man, did she get it right. This is in the shade Desert Orchid. This is so good. This is such a good blush. And I'm actually going to use my Wayne Goss #1 brush for this. And I'm just going to lightly tap in there and smile and add it onto my cheeks. I mean, honestly, she did it so right with these. So right. I have been using this non-stop since I got it. I just think it's so pretty. It adds to the glow, just makes you look fresh and glowy. And I am just gonna go with whatever's left over the bridge of my nose. But yeah, honestly, I used to be afraid of blush and like not want to go like super overboard, but I don't care anymore. And then also, she launched a highlighter with that collection, and this is the Divine Glow highlighter in Golden Nectar. I think this is such a beautiful highlighter. I don't have any of her highlighters except for this one, and I think I was right to hold out. And it just looks like your skin is glazed and wet. And I do add just a little bit to the bridge right up here. Favorite launch of 2021 so far. I am going to give my face a little bit of a spritz. Love this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and it smells really, really nice. I did get my eyebrows micro bladed, micro shaded, powdered brows, whatever you want to call them. But when I do wear makeup, I just feel like my eyebrows get a little bit washed out. So I do still go in with a pencil just to give it more color. I was using the ABH Dip Brow Gel for a little while and I did like it, but something about the formula now, it's not my favorite. So I've gone back to just a pencil. And to be honest, all I'm doing is really giving my eyebrows a little bit more depth. I'm just trying to make them not so ashy and like lost in the mix. Like it's okay, but this is like, it fits with the makeup. It literally takes me seconds now. I'm really into one and done shadows. So the two that I have in my bag at all times is the Auric Smoke Reflect in Temper, and it's the like rosy gold one. This is what the bottom looks like. It's like a taupey rose gold, and I have finally figured out how to use this topper shade. So I love this, just one and done. Boom. I always have this in my makeup bag wherever I go. And then Jamie Page Beauty actually turned me on to this one. This is the Kosas 10-second shadow in the shade Globe. It is the most neutral of all of them, and this is really pretty. It's very liquidy, but you just swipe it on and go. I love that. But I've also been carrying around this little palette. This is the Tom Ford Eye Color Quad in the shade 04 Honeymoon. Pretty basic, but I have been loving, like, look at this. I have been loving this shade so much. It's been beat up. I accidentally dug my nails into those two, but yes, I've been loving this shade so much. They are all pretty much the same tone, these three. This color up here, this and this Smoke Reflect are all pretty much the same tone. They all live in the same family color range where they're rose gold but with like a twist to it almost, and it makes it like more neutral and not as rose gold, and it's just very everyday, very wearable, but it gives like that sparkle so you don't have to do too much. And I've just been, like I said, loving one and done. But when I use this, I do kind of have to have a color in my transition color in my crease, which is the only downside of that. So I'm going to use this Magnetic Matte Eye Color in the shade Terra from Nude Sticks. And I'm just going to add some right here on both of my eyes, and then I'm going to blend them out. The crazy thing is I have to have two specific brushes when I use this Auric product. I have found that these two work the best. This one is the Morphe M224. It's just like a little flat shader brush, and it's pretty stiff. This is what I would use for the cream part, and then this is the Morphe M709. It's like this tapered, fluffier brush, and I would use this for the top shade. Going into the bottom, and you really do not need a lot, so you just kind of pick up a little bit because it's like a nice little whipped cream formula. And then I'm just going to pack this on to my eyes, and it doesn't dry down like super fast or super slow, so it gives you some time to play with it. So I'll lay it down with that brush, and then I'm going to go back into our shader brush, and I'm just going to blend out the edges to make them marry together. Okay, same thing with the other eye. Just going in there, picking up just a little bit of product. I mean, you could definitely use your fingers for the cream. I just find that using this stiffer packing brush works really well too. With the 709 brush, I am going to pick up some product. So This product is a little finicky. You see where I've kind of had to like dig into it. So I started using my finger at first, and then I guess the oils from my finger kind of made it like this matte surface. So I've had to use this brush to kind of like dig up and kind of like manipulate this product a little bit. That's okay for me. Like, it doesn't quite bother me that much anymore. It used to at first, but if this is the best way that I can get this product to perform, I'm fine with it. So I am going to take the edge of that and kind of like manipulate the edge. And then when I get a little bit of product kicked up, I'll just kind of like marry it into the brush. So I've kicked it up, and now I'm just trying to make sure that my brush has picked it up. So I'm just pressing it flat on the top. And then the magic happens. You just press it on top of that cream, and it just transforms into this beautiful reflect. And I work in sections, so I got the front section, and you can control how reflective or how light you want it to look. And I find that this technique works the best for me because I don't get glitter fallout on the bottom, which is amazing. And the way that I've made this product work for me, because I was really like disappointed at first after like the first like 2 weeks of me using this product pretty regularly. I noticed it wasn't picking up with my finger anymore, and then I was like, well, I think the oils from my finger created like this film, so I needed to find something else to help execute this product, and it works. There you have it, with zero fallout. Perfect. I'm gonna clean off this little brush because I don't want to dirty another brush. I'm gonna go into my Tom Ford palette, and I'm gonna pick up this shade right here because this is absolutely stunning. It's like a nice little champagne color, and I'm gonna use this as my inner corner highlight. That's pretty much it. Then we're just gonna do mascara, water our waterline, and then you just throw a gloss on. The mascara that I've been really loving lately is this Bite Beauty mascara, the Upswing mascara. I have the mini because, again, I have 1,000 and I don't need like 100 mascaras. Do really like this one enough to think that I would buy the full size. Like, I would consider buying the full size of this one because it's that good for me. And honestly, I haven't really loved a mascara like this since discovering the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. So I really do like this one. It is double the price of the L'Oreal, but it works really good. It's almost comparable to the L'Oreal. I should do one and the other, but I've had this for a while, so it's not really going to be the same if I open up a new one. My inability to not get mascara on my upper lid is like ridiculous. But there's the Upswing mascara. I can layer it, like I usually do 2 layers. But I mean, that's it. And then I've just been really into glosses lately. This is the one that's been in my makeup bag that I absolutely adore. This is the Tower 28 in Cashew, but I am going to use this NARS one. This is in Bahama. You know what color this reminds me of now that I'm putting it on? ColourPop Lumiere, the Kathleen Lights like first collab color. And let me just go ahead and throw on this gloss. And then the eyeliner I'm going to use is the L'Oreal Liner. Yeah, this is my everyday makeup look, you guys. It's not super perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect because I'm just going to the office or running errands. This is like just a very nice, like, you look put together, you look like you tried, you look like you cared. You're taking on the day today. Those are all my favorites that I carry in my bag every day pretty much, and they just work really well. And I'm glad that it's summertime and I can use this Pat McGrath foundation again. Don't grab it by the lid. I'm glad I can use this again. If you guys want to see more from me, please subscribe to my channel, hit that post notification bell, that way you're notified when I do upload, because I can't remember the last time I uploaded. I do want to get back into the swing of things. Let's see how this goes. This is my me time, so I'm spending my me time with you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed everything, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.